Okay, so we're going to take another step towards understanding our patterns and some of the tools we have to use them. I've already created my 3 new images. They don't have to be related, but this is what I chose to do. Pucker and his favorite foods. So you want to make sure that, of course, after you create your objects, that they are all grouped as one object. And I'm just going to go ahead and move my first object down here. There's my clam. And then I'm going to come to my rotate tool. I have to make sure it's selected. My rotate tool looks a little bit like this. It's a swoosh. And if it's not showing up in your toolbar, again, you can go down to the dots, edit toolbar. It's probably under, it'll be grayed out on mine because it's already in use. If it's grayed out on yours and you don't see it, that means it's hiding underneath another tool. There it is. It's under modify. So if you don't see it, check there first. So once I've got that, my cursor is going to change a little bit. It's going to change to a crosshair. The crosshair is your first step. It's going to tell you what point that your object is going to rotate around. You spin me round, right round, like a record, baby, right round. So I want to pick and click a point. So see how that bright blue crosshair popped up? That is the point my clam is going to rotate around. And now if I click and drag, my clam will spin right round that blue point. The closer you put that point to your object, the more likely you are to get some overlap when you duplicate it. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move it a little closer. And now I'm going to repeat the steps from our first pattern. I'm going to make sure my object is selected. Click off. Oh, no, I'm going to keep the rotate tool. I'm a liar. And I'm going to hit Option, Command Option, start to drag it, and Shift. Oops, that didn't work. Why isn't that working? Why? All right, so Option, drag. Nope. Not allowed. This is all part of the process, gentlemen and ladies. So let's just try holding Option. There we go. There's another clam. And if I want to, there's no command involved in this, ladies and gentlemen, only Option. If I want to duplicate it as I'm dragging, you stop that. If I want to duplicate it or keep it completely lined up as I'm dragging, I'm going to hold the Shift button. And there's my clam. I'm not super happy with where that is, so I'm going to move it further. There we go. And now I can just hit Command D. Look at all them clams. But those are a little too close together. I'm going to move my point just a touch. And again, hold Option, click and drag. As you're dragging, add Shift to keep it lined up, and then Command D. That's a little better. We've got a ring of clams. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump off of my rotate tool. I'm going to select these all and group them. Command G. And I'm going to shrink them down a little bit because that's way too big. Command T does not work in Illustrator, friends. It does not. There we go. So there's my Ringo clams. And I'm going to come in and do the same thing with my shrimp. And when that crosshair pops up, so I'm going to bring my shrimp on down. I'm going to put it here, I think. And now let's go back to the rotate tool. Set our blue crosshair, that point around where our shrimp will rotate. I'm going to select and shrimp. I should have selected and shrimp before I did that. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. All right. Select the shrimp. Move the shrimp. Become the shrimp. Rotate the shrimp. Hold Option. Click and drag. Shift to make it align perfectly. And then you duplicate. Ringo shrimp, but not quite. So we're going to change that point a little bit, just because I'm being uptight about this. I could also shrink my shrimp a little bit. There we go. So I'm going to assign a new point. Boop. Hold down that Option key, drag Shift, Shift thine shrimp. Why do you hate me? Why, Rotate tool? We had so many good times together. This is actually good so you guys can see what it might do to you. That's too far apart. Remember, you can't add... No! You can't add the Shift button until you are dragging. Oh, it thinks I'm assigning a new point. That's what it is. No, I want my point to stay there. Learning new skills is hard. Nope, nope, don't add that rotate. There we go. And we're just going to be happy with that. Yay! Shrimp! I'm going to group those shrimp. Go back to my black arrow. Hold Shift while I select them. Command G to group thy shrimp. And then I'm going to select both of them. Shrink it down. So I have... Oh! A lone shrimp. I'm going to delete that lone shrimp. Why are you there, my friend? Now I'm going to guess at where this is going to be lined up, but I'm actually going to show you guys in a minute how you can make it line up perfectly in the middle of your paper. And last but not least, Mr. Puff, who definitely needs shrunk down a little bit to fit. We're going to put him right in between the shrimp. Again, select your object. Go to the Rotate tool, place your point of rotation. Fight with it for 15 minutes. Hold Option, drag. Oh, it did it. It did what it was supposed to for once. Now it's going to ask me if I want to change that point again. Option, Shift. Yeah! See how it's nice and spaced out like it's supposed to be? And Command B to create a puffer uprising. All right, now I'm going to group all those puffs. So many puffs. Command G. I wonder what a group of puffers is called. I don't quite know. I'm going to shrink them to fit a little bit better. I'm going to move them over a little too, because I bumped them. All right, now if I want to, you know what, we're going to shrink them shrimps too. Shrink the clams. Move the shrimp. Shrink the clams. All right. Now, if I really want this centered perfectly, which it's not, Move tool is your friend. I really want this centered perfectly. I'm going to select them all. And then I'm going to pull up my Align palette. It's already over here for me, but if it's not over there for you, you're going to go up to the window to align. Those puffers looking fine. And I can align horizontally, and I can align vertically. That's not what I wanted. That's because I moved everything, ladies and gentlemen. I tend to trust my eyeballs more than I do Illustrator. But if you follow along and don't move yours like I did, it'll snap them to the center. Let's try that again. No, I don't like that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And this would be what you turn in. Yay!